our guest speaker at today's Lunch and Learn is Matt Strydhorst, owner and operator at Shine Services. He's an expert at cleaning, and as his business says, they never cut corners, they clean them. So once Matt gets set up here, we'll start this, and he'll talk about how to clean hard surfaces and protect your home and your loved ones from this outbreak and any possible future ones. So there you go, Matt.
Okay, thanks for the intro. I didn't hear any nice intro music with that, Jeff, but we're good to go anyway.
I'll add that.
Hello, yeah. So I thank you, Jeff, for the invitation to participate in this, and we're thinking about cleaning and sanitizing, disinfecting, and stuff like that. What I'm kind of, as far as this meeting goes, I'm kind of thinking very organically. If you have any questions, comments along the way, as I share what I've learned, and some of what I've learned very quickly in the last couple of weeks as this pandemic has been developing, and we're still kind of growing in expertise and knowledge here. But I will share with you what I've learned so far, and we'll start with. So if you have any questions along the way, feel free to wave a hand, what have you. And I think Jeff will probably just kind of, I don't know if you've muted everybody, Jeff, or?
Most people muted themselves, so
Okay.
But we do have people joining as they come in as well, so they can mute themselves, or if there's any issue with that, I'll mute them. But,
okay.
Yeah.
So I think most of you that are in the meeting here, Marie, Kim, Michelle, most of you are aware that I'm the owner of Shine Services. And as Jeff said, we don't cut corners, we clean them. And we're really thinking about health and disinfecting and sanitizing. And most of us, I think all of us are probably seeing that any commercial disinfectants are basically a short supply. Even as a cleaning contractor, I reach out to my suppliers for disinfecting, sanitizing supplies. They're saying, nope, it's not available. It's all being diverted toward old folks' homes, hospitals, and essential services. And even in myself, I don't have access to commercially made and created and sold disinfectants and sanitizing agents. So I'm going to share with you a recipe of what you can do to create your own disinfectant, and a step-by-step process on how you can sanitize, disinfect your own home and or business. So one of the things, we'll start off with creating bleach. With bleach, you have, because well-known disinfectant. One of the things, if you're going to use bleach, that's still available. In fact, I purchased some bleach recently, and I believe it's still being stocked in our shelves. So if you're interested, you can use that. So there's a three-step process. I'm going to outline the three-step process, and then I'm going to describe to you how you can mix up your own safely. Just a heads up with regards to chlorine. If you're using chlorine/bleach, if you're going to use it, never aerosolize it. If you put it in a trigger spray bottle, one of those kind of guys, and you aerosolize it into the room, you breathe that in, you can permanently scar your lungs. Okay. The other thing you want to be very careful of if you're using chlorine bleach is you don't want to use any, my understanding is you don't want to use any ammonium type based cleaning products after it. So for example, if you're using bleach as a disinfectant and you leave some residue behind, it's very important that you rinse off thoroughly, and you're using another cleaning agent, you could, behind it, you could theoretically, actually not in theory, you could create a chemical reaction and chlorine gas being released into your space. World War I type stuff. You don't want to do that. So here we are, step one. There's a difference between cleaning and sanitization are not the same thing. Cleaning, so we're just going to define our terms here. Sanitization, cleaning has to do with the idea of removing soil. So you come in, you hire a carpet cleaner like myself, I come in and clean your carpets, I'm removing the soil from your carpet. I'm removing the soil from your tiling grout, but it's not the same thing as sanitizing. Sanitizing is going after and killing the bugs and germs that are there. So if you're dealing with a soiled situation and you want to disinfect, you've got to start with the cleaning process first. So you want to make sure you've got a clean surface, meaning the soil has been removed. So you don't want a bunch of oil, fat, and grease. You don't want a bunch of dirt. You want that cleaned up properly and thoroughly. So make sure you clean that. And you can clean it with just a standard soap solution. In fact, the expert that I am reading with regards to this virus, it is a coronavirus, as we all know, and my understanding is that even the cold virus is actually a type of coronavirus as well. Corona being a family of viruses. This one that we're dealing with is a novel or a new one that just was first reported on the scene on December 1st back in China. So hence the name COVID-19, coronavirus 2019. My understanding is that this virus is actually fairly easily inactivated. You don't kill a virus because it's not living. It is inactivated. And so my understanding is that even the soap and water itself and some friction, because what the virus is, it's an enveloped virus. So it's enveloped, so there's a protein inside of it and enveloped with fat. The salt or the soap will break down that fat and inactivate the protein. But first of all, clean it with the soap and water. I think my understanding that any kind of a dish soap or soap will do for you. Step 2, you want to disinfect with a bleach solution. So so with this idea is take a bucket, ice cream pail, and grab a clean wiper like a cloth, and you dip it into your bucket of bleach solution. And what you want to do is you want to wipe it over the hard surface. That hard surface you put that down on your hard surface and it needs to dwell for 10 minutes wet, because you got to give that bleach solution time to just looking at my notes here, you got to give that bleach solution time to kill. Now within the first 60 seconds it'll actually kill 98%. If you want a full kill, go for the full 10 minutes. So think about building some time into your process. Keep it wet, and then wipe it off with a fresh, dry towel, and then do a clear water rinse. Make sure it's rinsed off thoroughly. Don't leave any residue behind. And like I said, if you don't, there's a risk of a chemical reaction and creating some chlorine gas in your home. Not fun. Step 3. Sorry, I'm just kind of flipping through my notes here. Okay, I see, back to step 2. Your dirty towel, you just take your towel, put it in your solution, wipe it over your hard surface. You can use it, but never return that dirty towel back to your bleach solution. So if you see that your cloth towel is getting a bit soiled, use your judgment, toss it out, put it in a garbage bag, seal it up. Do not put it back into your bleach solution. Grab a fresh towel and work with that. So really pay attention to your soil loads on your towels, because as that bleach solution is doing its action, it's beginning to kind of dilute and beginning to inactivate or dilute the solution. So you want to keep it fresh, and you want to keep the soil loads minimal on that towel. Again, never return it back to your towel. Step 3 is actually to rinse with clear water. That's the step for disinfect. Those are the 3 steps for disinfecting with a bleach solution. Any questions on that so far? No? All good? Marie, Tanya, I don't see you, but I'm assuming that you don't have any questions yet? Okay. Okay. So how do we mix this stuff up? How do we create the bleach solution? Well, you need to mix it 1,000 parts per million with cold water. do not use hot. I'll tell you why. Because if you're mixing it with hot water, it sounds counterintuitive because we're thinking hot water cleans better. But in this case, if you're mixing with the hot water, the disinfecting components of the bleach could evaporate right out of it. So keep it cold. So store-bought bleach is acceptable. And you mix it at a 52-to-1 ratio. So what that looks like, if you're mixing up in a 4-liter ice cream pail, let's call it 3 liters. You don't want to fill it right up to the top or it overflows because you still got to put your towel inside of it. So you're mixing up 3 liters at a 50. So look, I've got it here in the old imperial. We'll call the liters quarts. Quarts are like 961 milliliters per. It's very close to a liter. So let's say we're mixing up 3 quarts. That's 96 ounces of water divided by 53. That gives you 1.81 ounces of bleach per 3 quarts of water. That'll give you 1,000 parts per million. If you're mixing in, so you can take the same thing. If you're mixing in a bucket, 4 gallons, it's 128 ounces per gallon. That's 512 ounces divided by 53. Equals 9.7 ounces of store-bought bleach for 4 gallons of cold water. And that's what you can use for a disinfectant when you cannot purchase a commercially available disinfectant. Any questions on that?
Yeah. Point of clarification is that those are minimum amounts, I'm assuming. So you could make a stronger solution. It's just that's the minimum you'd want. Am I correct in that?
You know what? In my experience as a cleaner, Jeff, more is not necessarily more.
Right.
Yep. Sometimes actually more is less. I mean, the temptation is sometimes we think we add, like in the cleaning part of my business, thinking, well, add more detergents is going to deliver better results. Well, in my case, sometimes it just leaves more residue. It's harder to rinse up. So
right.
in this case,
in the way of like, if you're not necessarily going to measure the exact amount of water, you want to kind of go err slightly on the side of over than under, correct? Or
well, 1,000 parts per million is plenty. And if you're mixing up heavier, you're going to get a heavier bleach smell in your home.
Fair enough.
Right, and you'll get that 99.99% kill with a 10% dwell time, 98% within the first 60 seconds. That's plenty. That's all that's needed. If you use more, you're using more product, you're creating more odor in your room. So I would stick with that 52-to-1 ratio. Yeah. Anything else? Marie? Tanya?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Is that you, Marie?
Yeah, sorry, Matt, it's Marie. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad that Jeff clarified that, because I tend to think the same as him, the more the better, but that's good to know.
Yeah, more isn't always better. And again, I really can't caution you more about this. Also, if you're mixing it up heavier, you got potentially more residue left behind if you've missed it in your rinse-off process. And then you're potentially creating a greater risk if you're following it up with standard cleaning agents.
The only other thing I did wonder when you said if your rags are dirty, you can just throw them into the washing machine and then wash them, can you?
Yes. Yeah. But just don't reuse that towel. Use it for don't return it back to the bleach solution once you're finished with it. Put it in the garbage bag, and then once you're done your entire disinfecting, then feel free to launder it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, any other questions?
I think Matt froze up there. Let me just see if I can find out what's going on there.
I think I'm back here. I lost our connection here somewhat. So am I back with everyone?
You are.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, I was chatting with Jeff's wife, who's actually has a biology background. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, Jeff. Whoops. Maybe that's. But anyways,
We lost your audio there for a second there, Matt.
she
Kind of.
okay.
Sorry, people always seem to be having some technical difficulty here. I'm not sure what's going on. Matt's audio seems. Oh, are you back there, Matt? You're on mute right now.
Hey, am I back? Hello? Anybody hear me?
Now I hear you. But you're cutting out back and forth. Yeah, you're cutting out pretty bad, Matt. We've lost you again entirely, I believe.
Hello, am I back? Hello?
Yes, you are back.
I'm back. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So back to where we were. Welcome, Dave. Can everybody hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me all. Okay, I'm assuming so. Okay, we'll carry on where we left off then. Okay, I was asking Jeff's wife, with regards to the virus on your hard surfaces you walk by, will the air turbulence as you walk by blow it up into the air? She said it's not likely. These viruses are kind of sticky, and they're likely to stick to the surface, so you can get at them and you can disinfect with the bleach solution taught earlier. So Dave, you joined us a little bit later. I just gave the meeting some ideas on how to disinfect with a store-bought bleach solution. And I just said to the folks to mix it in at a 52 to 1 ratio. And so if you're mixing a 4-gallon bucket, just say 3 quarts, 96 ounces divided by 53 will give you 1.81 ounces for 3 quarts of water. And that'll give you 1,000 parts per million of cold water bleach solution that you can use. Yeah. And that'll give you the kill rate you're looking for. Also, I forgot to mention, and this is maybe, I don't assume anything. I had an employee, my first employee back in 2011, I had to teach him how to thread a garden hose. So I'm assuming, so I don't want to assume anything. Make sure you're using gloves as the bare minimum when you're applying the bleach solution to your hard surfaces. And it may be wise to wear safety glasses as well. You don't want to get that stuff in your eyes either. And maybe I'll put in another plug in there too. Is there any questions so far? Dave, I know that came kind of rapid fire your way there.
Sorry, my audio was muted. Didn't know it.
You can also use some alcohol-based solutions as well. I haven't done as much research on that. So my understanding is you can use an isopropyl, which is a rubbing alcohol. If you can still get that, I don't know. I haven't checked the local stores. But alcohol-based, of course, is a well-known disinfectant, but I haven't done a lot of research on that one. So I don't have any fresh information on how you can mix that up for yourself.
Did you mention using vinegar, cleaning vinegar?
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Didn't quite catch it. Dave, was that you?
Yeah. Did you mention about using cleaning vinegar solution?
I didn't mention anything about using vinegar / acetic acid. So I don't have anything, but I can do some research on that for you, Dave, and get back to you.
Oh, that's good. That's what we were using. That's all.
Is that what you were using, vinegar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any. I'll look into that. I just don't know on that one.
whether we can use acetic acid or vinegar to effectively sanitize. And Dave, what I was mentioning earlier to the meeting, he said the difference between cleaning and sanitizing, they're not one and the same thing. Cleaning is removing the soil, and sanitizing is the next step where you're seeking to kill. So cleaning itself will physically remove some microbes, but it doesn't kill it. So you want to go on to sanitizing. Sanitizing is a separate step where you're going after killing those microbes.
As I understand it, vinegar is not effective against any sort of coronavirus.
What have the rest of you folks been using in your homes?
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean? Again, it's a soap and water solution, right? Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I've been mainly using soap and water solutions here as well.
Sorry, Jeff?
Yes, I've been mainly using soap and water solutions.
Okay. Okay.
Barb's been using sudsy ammonia.
Kim, how about you?
I've been using bleach at home as well.
You have been using bleach.
Yeah.
And the information I shared with you, is that new to you?
The aerosol information. I did not know that. Very good to know.
Okay. Yeah, don't aerosolize that. You'll scar your lungs if you breathe it in. Be very careful with that. Yeah. Does anybody know if we can still get bleach locally? Yeah, I don't know either if we still can. Hopefully it hasn't gone the way of toilet paper. Hopefully not.
We're gonna
And
go. So thank you.
thanks, Michelle. All right. Anybody? Anything else? Anybody?
What about cleaning like soft surfaces like blinds and things like that, or carpets, or area rugs, etc.?
Okay, I was kind of waiting for that question. The soft surfaces, area rugs, blinds. Was that you, Marie?
Yes, it is. Sorry, Matt and Marie. Yeah,
Okay,
like anything cloth or non-hard surface.
Okay, you know what? I'll seek to do some research on that one for you, Marie, and come up with an answer on that one. And what we could do for soft surfaces, I don't know yet. Let me try to find out for you. And feel free, Marie, feel free to text me your phone number so I can get back to you on that one. Do you have my number? Hello?
Sorry. No, I don't.
Okay, here's my number, 780-834-6288.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, and any one of you, and I'll put that out to the rest of us on the rest of us in the meeting here. I'm interested in hearing your questions, and so feel free to reach out to me with that number anytime and ask your questions with regards to various surfaces, products, stuff like that. I'd like to know what's being asked out there so I can do some research and find some answers for you. So again, the number is 780-834-6288. You can also email me at info@shineservices, HHSR.ca, think HarveySamRobert.ca. You can also find me on my website, www.shineserviceshsr.ca. You can also find me on my Facebook page, Shine Services HSR on Facebook. So fire off any questions you have, and I'll do my best to try to find some answers for you. Again, for Dave, Dave, you joined later. I gave the meeting a 3-step process for disinfecting with household bleach, Dave. Step 1, you want to remove the soil, so clean with soap and water. Number 2, disinfect with the bleach solution. And always have clean towels available. So have a collection of towels. Never put your dirty towel back into the bleach solution. So put it in the bleach solution, put it over your hard surface, let it dwell for 10 minutes, and then rinse off with clear water. And keep track of your soil load on that towel, because if the greater the soil load, you're decreasing the disinfecting capability of that bleach solution. So take your used towels, put them into a laundry bag, and then launder them all up to the end of your project.
Good, thanks.
Another question we were wondering is about wiping down your vehicles. So like if you happen to go shopping and whatever, and when you come home, what should you do or use for the products for your car to clean them?
Has anybody run across any information on just that kind of application? I haven't yet. What's being officially advised on that, Marie? I don't know.
We did see it on the news. They were talking about not using certain solutions because it would ruin your leather, discolor your leather. So they were saying like bleach and that would, but I think maybe you're just saying so. I think like soap and water solutions, but
probably best. And then if you're using a soap and water solution, remember that leather is a natural skin product. And just like your hands dry out when you're washing with soap and water, I don't know what your hands are like, but mine have been just absolutely drying out as I wash them, wash and wash and wash. Those leather sheets are also skin. If you're using soap and water, you may want to find a way to replenish the natural oils that are there. So use some kind of a leather product, conditioning product afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I know that A1 Car Wash, I don't know if I don't think their office is still open, but I do believe they sell some leather conditioning products. You may be able, Nancy Stanky, if you were to phone her, I don't know if you need a voicemail message, she may be able to sell you a product.
There'd probably be something in the grocery stores or hardware stores as well.
True, that's right. Yeah, yeah. But keep that in mind. Yeah, you don't want to dry out that leather, then it cracks up like an old boot. An old leather boot, that is. So yeah, before you throw any cleaning products down, you also want to, you want to take note of the surface that you're using it on. As a professional cleaner, I'm always seeking to make sure that whatever cleaning solution I'm using is compatible with the surface I'm cleaning. So much of what I've learned through experience in the field, and also pay attention to the labels. And if you're not sure, do a test spot. Just test it in an inconspicuous area, like underneath the couch or in the corner of a floor somewhere. Just double check as a safety, as a precaution. If anything does go south, it doesn't your surface you're cleaning or disinfecting doesn't respond properly or what you expect it to, well, it's in a hidden spot and won't be seen. And I'm also thinking, I don't want to put in too hard of a plug here, but I'm also thinking out loud here as this virus is a respiratory virus. Whatever we can do, in my view, to maintain to keep our respiratory health in top shape, that seems to me to make good sense. So you could consider, for instance, duct cleaning as an option to help maintain the interior air quality of your home. Which, by the way, we do. Anything else? Well, Jeff?
Well, thanks for coming on, Matt, and thanks for all this information. As I said, I'm recording this meeting, so we will post this online. If anybody doesn't want their face or voice to be heard, make sure you get in contact with me and I can blur you out or alter your voice. Matt, is it okay if I share all your contact information on the video as well when we post it?
Sure.
Excellent.
Sure, do that.
Excellent. So if anybody has any questions, you know how to reach out to Matt. But yeah, and we'll have a new Lunch and Learn next week, so make sure you stop by for that as well. If anybody has any topics they'd like to see produced at these Lunch and Learns, reach out to me. If you'd like to present a topic, also reach out to me. So yeah, if there's any other comments, feel free to chime in and chat. And we'll keep this meeting open for a little bit, but other than that, we're going to close it off. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming, Matt.
All right, folks. Okay.
Thanks very
all right,
much.
folks. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Nice. I'm going to have to run off too then. All right. Thank you very much.
See you, Matt.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks.